by the readiness of its children to sacrifice themselves for the common good, prove itself worthy of the august destiny to which it is called.
The executions.
Alright, Pierce. Born November the 10th, 1879. Son of James and Margaret Pierce. Brother of Willie, Margaret Mary, and Mary Bridget. He was a solicitor, barrister, scholar, poet, writer, nationalist and political activist. Best known for his role in the 1916 Rising, founder of St Enda's School, and advancement of Irish literature, for example his poems The Mother and The Wayfarer. Pierce read the proclamation of the Irish Republic outside the GPO on Easter Monday, seen as the main voice of the Rising, and idolised by the Irish nationalist as a supreme idealist for dying for what he believed. Famous words, Ireland unfree will never be at peace. Executed by firing squad at 3:40 a.m. on May 3rd, 1916, aged 36.
Thomas Clark, born in 1858. He had a tobacconist shop on Great Britain Street, now Parnell Square. He was responsible for the planning of the Easter Rising, having spent years in preparation for it. Married to Kathleen Lee Daly from Limerick, they had 3 sons, John, Tom Jr. and Emmett. Kathleen was a founding member of Cumann na mBan, though had no active role in the Rising. She supported families of the prisoners with food. Thomas Clark kept a low profile due to earlier convictions. He was devoted to an Irish Republic and was the first signatory of the Proclamation of Independence due to his seniority and commitment to the cause of Irish independence. Clark wrote, "Clench your teeth hard and never say die. Keep thoughts of yourself and of all you can." Executed by firing squad May 3rd, 1916, aged 59 years, he was the oldest of the leaders.
Thomas McDonough, born 1st of February 1878 in Cloughjordan, County Tipperary. A teacher by profession, first in Fermoy in County Cork, but later at UCD. Poet and playwright, political activist, founding member of the ASTI, the Teachers' Union, organised the funeral of Donovan Rossa, at which Pierce gave the oration. Revolutionary leader at Jacob's factory. In the Rising, McDonough was the one who gave the final surrender order to the volunteers. Close friend of Plunkett, who were both interested in Irish theatre, who were both interested too in the Grace, in the Clifford sisters. McDonough married Muriel Clifford in 1912. They had 2 children, Donald McDonough, later a district justice in the Irish Republic, and Barbara. His friend and fellow poet Francis Ledwidge was fighting with the British Army in France when he heard of McDonough's death, and he wrote this poem before he too died abroad in a different uniform. He shall not hear the bittern cry in the wild sky where he is lain, nor voices of the sweeter birds above the wailing of the rain. Nor shall he know when loud March blows through slanting snows her fanfare shrill, blowing to flame the golden cup of many an upset daffodil. But when the dark cow leaves the moor and pastures poor with greedy weeds, perhaps he'll hear her low at morn, lifting her horn in pleasant meads. Thomas McDonough, executed 3rd of May 1916 at the Mhealoid jail, aged 38.
Joseph Mary Plunkett, the son of Horace Plunkett, he was born in Dublin in 1887. He joined the Irish Volunteers when they came into existence. He was an editor, a poet, a bit of a scientist, and studied military strategies. He was one of the chief strategists of the rebellion. He went to Germany in 1915 and successfully negotiated a shipment of arms to coincide with the rising. He was stationed in GPO and was the main motivator when the insurgents were becoming dispirited towards the end of the week. He was arrested after surrender and sentenced to death. On the eve of his execution, he was given permission to marry his fiancée, Grace Gifford, in his cell in Kilmainham jail. Plunkett was a prolific poet, and shortly before the rising wrote the following poem to his beloved Grace. The powerful words that from my heart, alive and throbbing, leap and sing, shall bind the dragon's jaws apart, or bring you back to vanished spring. The joy of spring leaps from your eyes, the strength of dragons in your hair. In your young soul we shall surprise the secret wisdom flowing there. But never a word shall speak or sing, inadequate music, where above your burning heart now spreads its wing in the wild beauty of your love. Joseph Mary Plunkett was executed by firing squad in Kilmainham jail on the 4th of May 1916, aged 29.
Eamon Kant, often known among the leaders, born the 21st of September 1881 in Galway, commander of the Irish Volunteers, fundraiser for arms, fluent Irish speaker, played the inner pipes, worked as an accountant. I am calmly awaiting the end in Kant. Executed by firing squad, Kilmainham jail, 8th of May 1916.
James Connolly, born in 1868 in Edinburgh, he forged a birth certificate so as to join the British Army while only 14. He was posted to Dublin where he met and married Lily Reynolds. He deserted the British Army and settled in Edinburgh. Connolly became involved in the socialist movement, first in Scotland, and later he came to Dublin to work for the Irish Socialist Republican Party. He worked with socialist groups in America from 1903 to 1910. He returned to Ireland and worked alongside James Larkin in the Irish Transport and General Workers Union. In 1912 he was a founder of the Labour Party, and in 1913, in response to the lockout, he co-founded the Irish Citizen Army. By early 1916, Connolly had agreed with the Irish Republican Brotherhood, who had by then infiltrated the Irish Volunteers. Connolly agreed that the Irish Citizen Army and the IRB would lead an insurrection at Easter. Connolly was de facto commander-in-chief in the Easter Rising. He was so badly injured in action, inside and outside the GPO, that he had to be carried and tied to a chair to be shot by the firing squad. James Connolly, executed in Kilmainham jail, 12th May 1916, aged 58.
Sean McDermott, born on January 29, 1883, near Kilton Tower, County Leitrim. The eighth of 10 children, his parents were Daniel and Mary McDermott. He attended the local national school and later studied Irish at Tullynamoyle near Glengavan. Upon moving to Belfast, he joined the Ancient Order of Hibernians, where his views of the national situation became radicalised, and by 1906 he had been sworn in as a member of the Irish Republican Brotherhood. He was also involved with the Gaelic League and Sinn Féin. In 1908 he moved to Dublin, where he became close friends with IRB member Tom Clark. In 1913 he was elected Secretary of the Supreme Council of the Irish Republican Brotherhood. He was present at the foundation of the Irish Volunteers in November 1913 and worked as a paid volunteer organiser, establishing units across the country. In a speech in County Kerry, he claimed, "The Irish patriotic spirit will die forever unless a blood sacrifice is made in the next few years." Sean McDermott served in the GPO as adjutant to James Connolly. As Joe Wood, the volunteer journalist a week later recorded, he was seen by the rank and file as the mind of the revolution. Following the surrender, he was sentenced to death. Unmarried, he was in a long-term relationship with Min Ryan, who visited him in prison. Before his execution, John McDermott wrote, "I feel happiness, the like of which I have never experienced. I die, that the Irish nation might live." He was executed by firing squad on Friday the 12th of May 1916 in Cavan jail, aged 33.
This poem captures the profound change which took place in the aftermath of the rising and the execution of the leaders. This is an extract from the poem by W.B. Yeats, entitled Easter 1916. I have met them at the close of day, coming with vivid faces, from counter or desk among grey 18th century houses. I have passed with a nod of the head, or polite meaningless words, or have lingered a while and said polite meaningless words. And I thought before I had done of a mocking tale or a jibe, to please a companion around the fire at the club. He'd certain that day and I, but lived where motley is worn, all changed utterly, a terrible beauty is born.
For England make you faith, for all that is done and said. We know their dreams enough to know they dreamed and are dead. And what of excess of love bewildered them till they died? I write it out in a verse, MacDonagh and McBride, and Conley and Pearce. Now and in time to be, whenever green is worn, are changed utterly, a terrible beauty is born.
The executions changed everything. In America, anti-British feeling ran high. The British ambassador, Sir Cecil King Rice, reported back to London, "It is most unfortunate that it was found necessary to execute the rebels. I do not think we can count on American help. The attitude towards England here has been changed by recent events in Ireland. If we can settle the Home Rule question at once, it will have a beneficial effect. But our cause among the Irish here is a lost one."
Part 3. Life since the Rising.
The Irish Republic is entitled to, and hereby claims, the allegiance of every Irish man and Irish woman. The Republic guarantees religious and civil liberty, equal rights and equal opportunities to all its citizens, and declares its resolve to pursue the happiness and prosperity of the whole nation and of all its parts, cherishing all of the children of the nation equally, and oblivious of the differences carefully fostered by an alien government, which have divided a minority from the majority in the past.
Have we cherished all the children of the nation equally? Have all our citizens equal rights and equal opportunities? Where do our allegiances really lie? Did those sons of Roisin die in vain? These questions have all been posed by our poets and folk singers over the intervening decades. Folk singer, balladeer and poet Dubliner Luke Kelly asked the question, did the leaders of 1916 die in vain? For what died the sons of Roisin? Was it fame? For what died the sons of Roisin? Was it fame? For what flowed Ireland's blood? In rivers that began when Brian chased the Dane and did not cease, nor has not ceased with the brave sons of 16. To whom do we owe our allegiance today? To whom do we owe our allegiance today? to those brave men who fought on